This is wild. What am I walking into? Like Christmas trees, reindeers, Santa Claus. Which door?
Hi.
Prince Street. Pizza
Well,
delivery.
I knew we were getting pizza. I didn't know it was going to be Nick. How you doing, Nick? I'm
Nice
Terry.
to meet you, Terry.
Nice to meet you. What a pleasure.
This is,
Let me stop this.
This is kind of overwhelming.
This is fantastic.
Is this like a department store?
It's closing. Yes, it is. Hang on, there it is. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is. Well, we keep this decorated at all times.
Really?
Yeah, I think right after COVID, I just wanted to keep my decorations up. So we have Halloween, Christmas, little Easter. Just every holiday is represented here. So.
Hey, man, it's very festive.
It is.
Yeah.
We love it. We
I like
love
the
it.
amount of Santa Clauses you have.
When we got married, Angie and I got married 10 years ago, and that kind of became our thing, is collecting Santa Clauses.
Oh, that was
so
your thing.
every year we try to buy a new festive Santa Claus, and so that's why we have so many, because we've been married 10 years. At just specialty stores, sometimes we'll go to antique stores, and you know, there's some, I think Angie could probably tell you, there's one of them. That's Angie loves pigs. She collects pigs, and so we have our little Christmas pig. But yeah, anytime we find them, we'll look at antique shops. And come in here, I'll show you this. This is our suit of armor that belongs in the house, of course.
Oh, man.
We found that at the antique store right down the street. And it's the real deal. It's not like a tin. It's a real suit of armor, wearable suit of armor. I've never worn it. I wouldn't wear it. But
Yeah. What do you do to afford all this?
it's the house that the puppets built, okay?
Oh, wow.
Mostly the turtle, the house the turtle built. Come on in, I'll introduce you to Winston. When I created Winston, the turtle, for America's Got Talent. He did not exist before I went on America's Got Talent. I was doing a Kermit the Frog impression, and I had a Kermit the Frog puppet, and the Muppets would not allow me to use a Kermit puppet. So I created a turtle to do an impression of a frog, and it just captured the hearts of America. And so all of this is because of a turtle.
Because of a turtle.
That's right.
What does it sound like?
Well, come on in. I'll introduce you. So.
Yeah.
Nick, so nice to meet you, Nick. Wow. Did you bring pizza? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
You got pizza?
Yeah, I got pizza for you.
Did you get sushi flavored?
No, he did not get sushi. I think what, pepperoni?
Pepperoni and cheese? I guess I can live with that. No turtle pizza?
No, we don't do turtle pizza.
Oh, pizza for turtles?
Yes, it's for turtles.
Yeah, see?
So this is the guy this is literally who built this. Without this, I would not have, without him.
Yeah, he gives me all the credit because I deserve all the credit. He really doesn't do much. He just stands there with that look on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do a New York accent?
Yeah, I can do a New York accent. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm an impersonating turtle. That's right.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
Hey,
Comes from the Bronx, right?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, that's it.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Brooklyn. All right.
He's never done that before. It's interesting that you ask him to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll take a little nap.
he's going to take a nap, and I'm going to show you another cool
Absolutely.
thing. So these actually don't usually sit around. We put them out because you know, we knew you guys were coming, and
Stevie
so
Wonder? Wow.
Stevie Wonder, that's Freddie Mercury. That's Julius, the soul singer. That's Justin Bieber, and Dolly Parton and Ozzy Osbourne on his shoulders. It's his angel and devil.
Do you do Bieber too? Or?
I do. Yeah.
Because I know you do singers. That's
I do singers. Really, all I do is singers. I don't do impressions of anyone but singers. So I do. I can do female, male. You know, I do Aretha Franklin. I do Etta James. I do Taylor Swift, and then of course I do Stevie Wonder, Freddie Mercury, Justin Bieber, Ozzy, Dolly.
Do you do
Parton.
some other old ballad guys? Like if I threw out a few names.
I do Frank Sinatra. I've got a Frank Sinatra puppet. I've got a Dean Martin puppet. I've got the whole gang. Sammy Davis Jr. The whole.
Oh, you got
all
the whole
three of
Rat
them.
Pack.
I got the whole Rat Pack. Yeah.
Oh man, I'd like
And
to
I
see
do.
that.
Yeah, I do. I don't think we have them here,
They're
but
not here?
they're in a warehouse. But we have lots of videos with them. So just
okay.
look them up. I do videos with Frank, Dean, and Sammy.
What about Billy Joel?
Yep, I do Billy Joel. I do We Are the World. I do all 19 puppets, all 19 voices with 19 puppets. Again, you can find that on YouTube. Terry Fator, We Are the World. And I do have a Billy Joel puppet that I do that.
So you do Bruce Springsteen then?
I do Bruce Springsteen too, yes.
Were you a musician?
I'm a singer. I guess that is a musician.
Yeah.
I don't play any instruments. I play my voice, but I do things with my voice that not many people can do, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
I can impersonate almost anybody, and the crazy thing is I can do it with my mouth closed. I don't know how, but somehow I'm able to do it.
How do you think you developed that? I mean, just a gift?
Well, you know, what I did was my parents were janitors growing up. So they had a janitorial business, and they would, of course, me, my brother, and my sister, they would put us in a building and we would clean it from top to bottom. And we did this after school. And I determined when I was about 10 or 11, I did not want to be a janitor. Not that there's anything wrong with being a janitor. It's a great business. I just wanted to entertain. So as I was vacuuming and cleaning toilets and emptying trashes and ashtrays, I was listening to the radio, singing along with my mouth closed, learning how to do ventriloquism. Didn't realize I was setting myself up for a career, so I'm listening to Journey and Def Leppard and George Strait and Randy Travis and all of these different artists, and I'm singing their stuff with my mouth closed, learning how to do ventriloquism.
Why was your mouth closed?
Because I wanted to practice my ventriloquism. Oh. I started doing ventriloquism when I was 10, and I thought, hey, this is a great way for me to practice ventriloquism. I'll sing along to the radio without moving my lips.
What is the definition of a ventriloquist?
The term really means speaking from the stomach. And it's because when you do ventriloquism, like for example, excuse me, I'm about to do it.
Okay.
If I want to throw my voice, I'll say, is anybody out there? Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, okay, you okay? I'm all right, how are you? You know, so what you do is you have to tighten up the diaphragm muscles. You tighten up the stomach and you push it out to the vocal cords and you squeeze the vocal cords. So that's literally called speaking from the stomach.
Do that again.
What do you want? How you doing?
What do you want?
Hello.
And then I can do my own echo.
That's insane.
Ladies, and gentlemen. That's using ventriloquism, so it's using the diaphragm.
It's all coming from the diaphragm.
It's all coming from the diaphragm.
Like
well,
singing.
it comes through the vocal cords. So like if I'm talking with Winston, because I'm talking for two.
Yeah.
Talking for two. Hey, that's a good name for a show. Talking for two.
Yeah. So when I'm doing ventriloquism, I'm actually tightening up the stomach muscles, and I'm making sure. But you also have to get a nice deep breath, because again, I'm speaking for two people.
Hey, I'm floating.
You are.
Yeah. I'm a magician too.
Yeah. So that's what you do though, and then.
You know, I can do the echo too. Hello, hello, hello. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? See, I'm a ventriloquist too.
Freaking amazing. I hear the sound coming out of your voice, but I don't see it hardly moving.
And it sounds like it's coming from far away.
Yeah.
So.
Because you got the echo going too.
Mm-hmm.
So you started at 10.
Yes.
Fooling around with.
And to learn how to do that, that's called the distant voice. That's actually throwing your voice. That took me about 20 years to perfect.
Right.
So,
but when you started it, what did your parents say?
They were okay. I was good at it. I got my book and I went and bought a little puppet at Sears, and it took me about 8 years to buy my first professional puppet. But I knew when I was 11, I said, man, I want to do this for a living. I want to be a ventriloquist.
Because you were singing.
Yeah.
But then you were like, your mouth wasn't moving.
I was already singing, and so as soon as I started doing puppets, I started practicing singing. So I would bring my puppets to church, and the puppets would sing the hymns or the church songs.
Oh, in
church?
church?
Yes, I was already doing that, growing up, and I would go to children's church and to summer camp with the kids, and I'd bring my puppet. My puppets would sing the songs, and so they were always singing in church. Yeah.
You sleep with your puppets?
No, no, definitely don't. I'm sure Vicki the Cougar would love it if I did. Come on in, and I'll introduce you to Vicki the Cougar. Oh, by the way, I'm very proud of this. Those are called unorthodox taxidermy. They're made by Dr. Seuss. He created all of these characters when he was a kid, and they found these in an attic, and they reproduced them. So
now, you've been in Vegas a long time, right?
19 years. Yeah, I had an 18-year residency that I just finally ended.
Where?
I was at the Mirage for 11, then I did 3 or 4 at New York, and then I did a year and a half at the Strat. And I got to tell you, I was doing 150 to 200 shows a year, and 18 years, I said,
burnt out?
I just didn't want to do shows every day. You
Right.
know, now I'm touring. I'm doing something like 40 shows this year, and we're actually probably it's gonna be more like 60 to 80 before we're done. And I love that, because now we do a tour on the weekends, and then I come home and I don't have to go to a show every night.
How long is your show?
It's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half? Just you?
Just, well, me
Well,
and the
you and the
puppets.
puppets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just me and the puppets. If it doesn't feel like a one-man show, though, as you saw, Winston came alive, right?
Yeah.
Felt like you were talking to a real entity, I should say, a turtle.
Right.
But so when you watch my show, it actually feels like you're watching 12 people. And then, of course, I do We Are the World, so there's 19 of those. So you're going to see like 30 puppets in my show.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun, though. No band. I used to have a band. But now, I just go with tracks, and
Right.
nobody even notices. But the interesting thing is the tracks are all on separate channels, so they can mix it as if it was a band. So when they're doing it, they can bring up the guitar a little, or they can, so it's not like it's all just you're just throwing in a karaoke track. It's actually the tracks recorded so that we can mix it like it's a live band.
Right.
Sounds fantastic. But people are there to see the puppets and me, mostly the puppets.
I'll tell you, when you have that special talent in life, no matter what it is, if you're great at something, there's a line in a movie that Paul Newman said that to Color of Money. It was like, it reminds me of what he said to Tom Cruise, who was like, if you're great at one thing, then success can happen, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter. It's like you being a ventriloquist. It's like, who can do that? Not many people, and do it like that, at that level. That's what I'm saying, that if you have an area of excellence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that's what it is. It's like you were probably born to do it.
I was.
Did you see somebody as a kid doing it?
I was born to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable on stage than I am anywhere else in the world. I'm on stage. That is my comfort zone.
That's where you're at
I
home.
knew I wanted to be an entertainer from the time I was 2. And I mean literally, I knew I wanted to be on stage in front of people. I was in every play. And then I found ventriloquism. And it just was such an interesting niche that not a lot of people did it. And so, of course, I did. I watched Edgar Bergen, who I listened. I got all of his record albums and cassettes, and I studied him.
Was he one of the greats?
He is probably the greatest. And
What's
a
his
lot of
name?
people, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Charlie McCarthy, he had the show for 30 years on the radio. And his lips moved. However, when it comes to character creation, he created such real characters, and that's why he's such a huge inspiration to me, because when you meet my characters, they are real three-dimensional characters.
Yeah.
They're not just like jokes. They're real people, and that's why you get involved in the illusion when you're watching me, is because I have created real people, real characters that you might find a catchphrase that you just love, and you say that a lot after the show. And so that's where Edgar Bergen is. And then, of course, Sherry Lewis and Jay Johnson from Soap. And Jeff Dunham, I watched him obsessively. Ron Lucas, another one of the most amazing.
What was that one guy years ago? He used to do one, but he used to have like fights with his puppet. I'm trying to think of a guy. He used to have like almost big fights with him. I don't know, but I can't think of the guy's name. Does it sound familiar to you?
It sounds a little familiar.
He used to get into like. He was one.
That wouldn't be Paul Winchell, would it? Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith.
I mean,
could be him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I'm not familiar with the names, but
yeah. So I was obsessed with any ventriloquist, of course, but also Muppets. I mean, I taped as soon as I got my first VCR on Nick at Night. They were playing the Muppet Show, and I would just record and watch over. How do you do this? How do you For example, I'll show you. Okay, so with Winston, when you're talking, and this is what you learn from the Muppets.
What are you doing? You just put your hand in the.
I know, yeah. So you notice.
Yeah, it hurts.
Well, that's because I've got arthritis.
Oh, gotcha.
So anyway, so you notice though when he talks.
Yeah, when I talk.
Notice that you don't keep your mouth, and this is what a lot of puppeteers will do.
Like, how you doing, Nick? It's nice to meet you.
Well, that doesn't look right. So the Muppets taught me, just by studying the Muppets.
Yeah.
That you have to do it with syllables.
You see how his mouth is moving?
Yeah, it's like a little bit sometimes and bigger sometimes. See? So it looks like I'm actually talking.
So that's how that. So I learned how to manipulate puppets by being obsessive with the Muppets and watching how they did things.
Oh, and how they did it.
Yeah, and so that's really the key. And like you said, when you're great at one thing, and I told myself when I was 11, I want to be the best ventriloquist in the world.
Yeah.
And I never dreamed I would have all this from playing with this little guy.
Yeah.
But, if you're really good at something, who knows what doors will open.
Exactly.
And
Were you from the South?
I'm from Texas, yeah.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Born and raised in Texas.
Your family must have been really...
They're very proud,
Yeah.
of course, and they didn't think it was a weird thing. They knew I was going to be an entertainer, and
Yeah.
I think my dad wanted me to be a preacher.
A preacher?
I told him I'm an evangelist of joy. That's what I do. I preach joy. So
Right.
I don't get right in there. But I am a Catholic, and I love my
Catholic?
church very much. Yes,
Oh.
and I love my church and I love my God. But
Right.
I don't push things on any. I just want to make people happy. I just want to bring joy to people. Like you, pizza. You bring pizza and
Right.
joy to people.
Right.
That's what we do.
You hungry?
I'm starving.
Yeah, you guys want to try it?
I would love to try it. Why don't we? Can we bring it in my movie theater?
I hope no injuries occur. Because
No.
Do you ever have an injury?
really good.
Yeah, you like it?
I love it.
Well, what would happen if you hurt your voice or something like that, or you had an injury?
Well, we do have vocal insurance, voice insurance for professionals that use our voice, but I have to be very careful. Don't want to burn myself.
Right.
I'm very careful with my vocal cords. If anything feels off, anything at all,
Right.
I immediately call my doctor.
'Cause that's your
I have
instinct.
I have their cell numbers. I didn't get cell numbers until I won America's Got Talent. I was a normal patient, but now they know what I do. I can call my voice doctors at any time, and they will call stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
There's steroids you can take that will shrink the vocal cords. So like if I wake up with laryngitis and I've got a
Oh,
show that
really?
night, I can take steroids and it will
See,
shrink
my
those
wife's
vocal
taking a
cords.
steroid right now because she has really bad laryngitis, but she's only taking like 20 milligrams, which is the one that can like get her voice back. Is there a certain...
Dexamethasone.
Oh, the dexamethasone? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, because right now she's like, don't get me like this, and I can't hear her. And I'm like, what'd you say? What? What? It's annoying.
My doctor, have her talk to the doctor. It's Decadron is the...
Yeah, I have some of that at home. That's even better than the prednisone?
better than prednisone.
Why is that?
Because it targets the vocal cords.
Oh, so she
So my
needs-
doctor, if I wake up, this is a huge amount. He puts me on 16 milligrams
16 milligrams
the first day.
the first day.
12, so they're 4 milligrams apiece.
Right. 16 the first day?
I'll take 4 pills the first day, 3 pills the second day, 2 pills the third day, 1 pill the next day, and then
So 4, 3,
if I'm
2,
still
1.
having problems, but it also helps clear up coughing, like it'll relax.
That's what
if I'm
she
having
has.
a cough, it'll relax that and stop the coughing.
They put her on the 20 milligrams prednisone,
prednisone?
but I think you might be
Decadron,
right.
yeah, try
that,
Decadron.
That might be the one for laryngitis.
This piece is amazing.
You like it? Yeah, I actually do like it.
Never had
actually,
French street pizza. It's really good.
Yeah, well, now you're part of the family. If you want it, just let us know. We'll bring it to you.
Oh, well, I will
We're in
let
Vegas.
you know.
We're at the Durango, and we're in Henderson. So
Nice.
it would be our pleasure to bring it to you.
Thank
How
you.
often you get to watch movies in here?
As often as I can.
Yeah,
It's hard to go to the theater anymore because I've got this. I just make myself some popcorn.
yeah.
I make healthy popcorn. I put MCT oil, which is coconut oil based, and then I'll put that on there and a little sea salt, so it's got the the minerals from the sea salt.
Right.
No unhealthy oils, and I'll make my own popcorn in the microwave.
And so now you said you have good quality here with laser.
Yeah, it's laser. It's 3D, but it's 4K. But the whole thing, it looks as good as a theater in here.
Really?
Yeah.
And the sound too?
Sound. Yeah, I've got Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
Speakers all around, as you can see, 2 large subwoofers in this size room, which is phenomenal. I can crank this thing, believe me.
Holy. Yeah, I wonder if you ever saw me in this theater. Maybe.
No, no, I haven't, but we could. We could put you up there and watch you on this theater if you want.
Yeah, well, I had a funny bit in this movie last summer. I was Denzel Washington was on Apple called what was the name of it, Nick? Highest to Lowest. Yeah, and my bit was I was playing sort of like what I do in real life. I'm a big Yankee fan, like you are with puppets. I am with baseball. I haven't figured out how to monetize my baseball insanity, but I'm a guru of baseball on a lot of levels. So I relate to like somebody that's like obsessed with something like with puppets, or with me it's baseball caps and jerseys. It's just sort of a hobby. It's just like I get a kick out of that to see people have other vices.
Well, I love sports, and so I'll come in the theater and I'll watch my sports. And I mean, you come in here and watch the Super Bowl, it's like being there. It's better than being there. And
Right.
better than being at a party because you know you don't want people interrupting you. But my obsession is Disney. Disney. We're Disney Vacation Club members, so we can get hotels at the resorts and use points.
Right.
We stay
You
at
do
these
those
expensive
cruises,
rooms.
those Disney
We've never
cruises?
been on one, but
No.
we've heard about them.
Oh.
And we're kind of looking at one for next year. It looks might be kind of fun, you know, to do a Disney cruise. But
Right.
I would love to perform on a Disney cruise. That would be a lot of fun to
Yeah.
go, you know, be the entertainment.
I'm
on there.
surprised they haven't approached you about that.
They have. I was doing my Vegas residency and I couldn't. So maybe
Right.
maybe now I can reach out to them and say, hey, and maybe we should do something. But as you see, we have Disney everywhere. We've got now these are Disney princesses.
Oh, the
Like you
princesses.
see Elsa up there. You see Anna. We've got Sleeping Beauty. We've got that's Cinderella and that's Beauty and the Beast. So we collect. These are all movie themes. We've got Grease. That's Olivia Newton-John,
Yeah.
Sandy from Grease. So we have these exquisite dolls that are made based on movies, and then we have these.
You got Ben-Hur, look at this. Grease.
Yep.
You got Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, Ten Commandments. I'm really into those old.
Yeah.
Those old movies. Sound of Music.
I remember Ten Commandments. Charlton Heston. What's your top 5 favorite movies?
Man, it would have to be number 1, It's a Wonderful Life, no doubt about it. Number 2, Star Wars. Love Star Wars. Oh gosh, some of those. It has to be Inglourious Bastards. Has to be in the top 5. You know,
like
Quentin
that?
Tarantino.
You like
God, I love
Tarantino?
that movie. That's one of the greatest movies ever made. But then you know you go to like Elf. I love Elf.
Yeah.
I love Dumb and Dumber. I love. It's weird because my wife thinks they're dumb. They're not dumb. They're brilliant. There's
Yeah.
a brilliance about
Well, they're
them.
brilliantly dumb.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Yeah. And
And-
when you can do dumb really well,
Charming.
Yeah.
And you know, I love to really great comedies, and I love to just
agree.
pick them apart and figure out why does that work? You know,
Yeah.
why does Airplane work? You know, and which is probably have to be in my top 5 too. Airplane.
it's just, I think comedy is all about, you know, sensibility. And there's dumb comedy, and then there's smart comedy, and then there's just comedy that's comedy. Like you take,
Silly comedy.
yeah, but like if you say like a brilliant show like The Honeymoon is like, it was just hilarious, you know, with Jackie Gleason, whatever.
But it's
then-
so relatable.
Yeah.
That what makes comedy work is relatability. Like, you know, the reason The Honeymooners was so popular is because
Yeah.
how many people had that life? How many people had the husband that would walk, you know, go to
Yeah.
work every day and come home and the wife has
Yeah.
got the dinner and he's complaining and she's,
Right.
you know, and she's getting into shenanigans and he's getting into shenanigans. You know, it's like
Yeah.
they all related to that and they
Yeah.
were able to find comedy in those.
Exactly.
And that's the best comedy is the stuff that you reach into the hearts of somebody and make them say, yeah, I know what that's
Right.
like, you know?
When you can relate, you're right. Especially like with Ralph Cramden, he was a loser in a way that when, you know, people lose or whatever, you root for them more. You
Exactly.
know, like every scheme he
Yeah,
had.
yeah, he just couldn't
nothing.
seem-
He always missed.
And,
you
no, and
know?
we always root for those people, don't
Yeah,
we?
because, you know, every now and then you might hit, you know, you hit a home run. You know, most of the time
Exactly.
you swing for the fences. I got another idea. I got another, hey, Alice, you know, whatever.
Hey, I lived that. You know, I was 42 when I went on America's Got Talent, and I really had thought that the parade had passed me by. I was like, who's ever going to care about a 40-year-old ventriloquist? Give me a break. And so I never thought I'd have this.
Right.
But
Were you
I was
making a
happy.
living at it
I
that
was
time?
making a great living at it. I was working my butt off. I was working 11 months out of the year, and I was doing 3 to 5 shows
That's
a
a
day.
success, bud.
I know, but I was making decent money, and I was
Right.
traveling around, and I was, you know, that was what even when I was discouraged, I would tell myself, hey, you know, you grew up as a janitor. You could be a janitor. Great job. Nothing wrong with that job. But that wasn't what you wanted. You got to do what you want, and that is entertain people. And even if it's not at this level
Right.
where I'm going and selling out shows all over the country or having an 18-year, you know, incredibly successful Vegas run, even if it had never happened that way, I still would have been happy because I was doing what I loved, and my goal was to be the best, not to hit a certain level. And so my goal is to constantly push myself to be better and to give my fans something new and exciting and fun. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy.
What's the deal with this? Is this a new character?
No, it's an old character. I created her when I started in Vegas.
What's her name?
I created this lady. When I first won America's Got Talent, this was in 2007.
2007.
I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. And then we moved to Corsicana when I was 14, which is a small town. I lived in the country. So I have this, I'm a country bumpkin. I mean, I'm the Beverly Hillbillies. I suddenly go to Hollywood, win $1 million, and I'm invited to Grammy parties and Emmy parties, and I'm all of these stars and celebrities. And so I'm coming in there like, Jethro Bodine, thinking, what is going on here?
Right. How did this
I
happen?
always thought people like this were from movies and television. I didn't know they existed. And here I am at all these Hollywood parties that are more silicone than flesh. So I said, I have to create a character based on this. This is Vicki the Cougar.
Oh my God.
How you doing?
This is Vicki?
I'm Vicki the Cougar. I heard you brought pizza.
Yeah.
I eat my salami by the yard.
So you've had a little work done, huh, Vicki?
Oh, I am all work. I don't know what's. I think I'm all silicone.
She is. So I created this, and she likes to flip her hair.
Oh my God.
And she always picks a guy out of the audience. And so what do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living, Nick?
I act.
An actor. I like that. Once you go puppet, you get to put your hand up it.
Okay, that's. Those are the kind of jokes she tells.
See, because you got to taste the Hollywood. You saw how fake it was.
I'm like,
right?
Gotta have me a cougar.
Yeah, you gotta have.
And so she's great because she picks a guy out of the audience, and she will try to, try to come up with a joke about their whatever they do for a living.
That's what I do.
So this is Vicki. She literally was created for my Las Vegas performances.
Vegas?
Yeah. I'll never forget. She's on my first DVDs. I have 2 DVDs, and she's on them. And I got to say, she is one of the most popular characters I have. People absolutely love her. And the funny thing is, the Cougars are the ones who love her the most.
Yeah, but who doesn't love a cougar?
That's true. That's very true.
I mean,
but even kids, like, I love
even
when
that
kids.
name, cougar.
Yeah, exactly. It
sounds sexy.
It does.
I hate to say it, but
and she's, when we lately, I guess somehow the name they're not using the word cougar as much anymore, and so my writer, I have a writer, and the 2 of us write my show.
So what do they call him now?
Well, I don't know, but he said, should we stop calling her Vicki the Cougar? And I said, no, she's Vicki the Cougar forever. I don't care if it's trendy or not. She's Vicki the Cougar, and that's just what her name is.
Yeah. I just like that name.
I do too.
Vicki the Cougar.
And the way I name them, it's like Steve Axtell, who is one of the greatest puppet makers on the planet, he made this character. And, we kind of worked together, and he was sending me, I don't draw, he does, and he was doing all the amazing sketches. And I said, she has to have red hair. I want this kind of eyeshadow. So, I want to make sure she has nice big boobs. And so she comes in a box. Boy, I could tell all kinds of jokes on that with her. So the box shows up. I open it up. I pick her up, and I had no voice. I had nothing. I had no name, and I just immediately picked it up and said, I'm Vicki the Cougar. And the name that's how most of my puppets get named.
Yeah.
Winston, the same thing. My sister sent him to me. I wanted to use Kermit the Frog, and they wouldn't let me. So I got online. I found this little turtle puppet. I told my sister, can you overnight this to me? No, some friends in Daryl and Sissy Johnson from Austin. They went on this little toy store that had this turtle puppet. They overnighted that puppet to me, and I opened the box. I put him on my hand. I said, "I'm Winston the impersonating turtle." And it's weird how the names they name themselves in my head.
Yeah, the name is important too.
It is.
I mean, it's like.
Doesn't she look like a Vicki the Cougar?
Vicki's, red hair.
And I thought her voice was very appropriate too.
Yeah, I like the.
That's usually when the voices come out too. Is whenever I first, when I first pick up the puppet and I start playing, then the voices just come out naturally.
Yeah, the cadences. And so you won America Got Talent twice?
No, just once.
Just once.
2007. Yeah.
Okay.
I went on in 2007, won the show. And as a direct result of that, and it wasn't a gift, it wasn't something that America's Got Talent worked out.
Okay.
The people at the Las Vegas Hilton, which is now the Westgate, they saw me on television, and they offered me to do one show, and it sold out in 4 hours. So they booked another show. It sold out in 4 hours. So they hired me for 3 shows a month in the Barry Manilow Theater on the weekend he was off. And I did that for a year. And while I was performing at that, the people at the Mirage came over and saw what a hit I was with the audiences.
You worked with Barry Manilow?
I did, yeah.
Do you do him?
I do. Yeah,
I love Barry Manilow.
I love Barry Manilow
love
too.
him.
Yeah, I just did a symphony show, and one of the final songs I did was a Barry Manilow song. It's a beautiful song, and so When October Goes, love that song.
When
Beautiful.
October Goes.
And when October goes, it's
yeah,
gorgeous.
it's a gorgeous song.
You know,
I
it's a
have it.
beautiful
We
song.
put it on in the Tesla. The nice thing in the Tesla, anything we want to hear, you know, if I feel like hearing the Spinners, I put the Spinners. If I feel like hearing Barry Manilow, or
Same thing.
I want to hear, like, say, Engelbert Humperdinck, I'll just, boom, you know.
What a world, right?
Yeah.
We used to have to reach back and get those zipper things for
know.
the CDs, and we'd be sticking all the CDs in there while we're driving.
I mean, I'm.
Yeah, me too. I remember 8 tracks too.
8 tracks they were fun, but.
They were,
they were
but
fun. You
they
know
were
what
horrible.
Yeah, albums were great. They were special.
Really enjoyed
because,
albums.
you know, when you went to go buy an album and put it on the record player, it was something.
It was special, and hearing
yeah.
that little the pops and the hisses, and
Yeah.
there was something really magical about that.
There
Nostalgic.
was.
I agree. I love that. I love that.
So where's the tour? You're around the country?
Man, all over. We were just up in Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Yeah.
We're in Oregon this week. We were in Oregon a couple of weeks ago. We were in Minnesota. We're in Albuquerque. I mean, we are coast to coast. Florida. We're all over. And I did Rome. I performed in Rome, in December
Italy?
of last year. Yeah,
Wow.
Rome, Italy.
That's
and
cool.
so we're going to be doing international, and it's so great because I just finished my first novel. And I've never had time to do that. I've had this idea for about 20 years.
And what's that about?
It's a companion to A Christmas Carol, which is my favorite book. You asked me about my favorite movies. My favorite book in the world, well, number one, the Bible, of course, which I spend time in every day. I read the Bible every day. But every single year since I was about 14, I've read through the original Christmas Carol. I love that story. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's a little like It's a Wonderful Life, in one of those kind of, you learn the importance of kindness.
Right.
And so I've been throwing around, I mean, tossing in my head these ideas of how I can write a companion story to A Christmas Carol, and I just never had the time. And so once I ended my 200 show a year residency in Vegas, now when I get up in the morning, I write. And so I was able to write that book. I started it in September of last year, and I just finished it last week. We're going to start pitching to publishers, and so I'm really excited.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
great.
doing all kinds of other things. I'm writing a Christmas show for this year, a new Christmas show, so people have seen that, and we're going to be touring with that. And
Yeah,
just,
that's
I'm having
awesome.
the best time.
I'd love to come see you one day live.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
If you're here, I'm at South Point in April.
In April?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we could make that happen.
Let us know.
Like, listen, I want to see the show. I'm excited about the book. I mean, if you need another puppet or a carrot, you want to use me, Nick the delivering happiness guy. I'd be honored if you wanted
like
to,
it.
because a lot of people try to imitate me, but a lot of actors, they try to do me. But there's one or two that could. But my brother-in-law does an exaggerated version of me. But I like that. I don't mind.
Well, when you do an impersonation, you have to do an exaggeration.
Yeah,
if you don't exaggerate it, you're not doing it right.
It's right. You have to embellish.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You can't be exactly that guy.
Yeah, you know you remember Ed Sullivan, right?
Yeah.
Ed Sullivan. So people know more the guy who impersonated Ed Sullivan. It's a really big show. He never said that. But
Right.
it's like this guy, this impersonator, hey, we have a really big show tonight. That's what everybody knows from the impersonator, not from the original.
Exactly.
So that's how important.
You do
good
Elvis,
impressions.
right?
Of course I do Elvis.
Yeah, I knew you'd
yes.
have a country boy.
Oh, yes. I have the world's greatest Elvis impersonator in my show. His name is Maynard Tompkins.
Yeah.
And his big thing is he doesn't actually know any Elvis songs. So that's the...
I love Elvis. My brother got to see him, but I got to see Sinatra. But I would have. That's one of my fantasies. Like, if I could have met
Me
either
too.
Frank or
Okay,
Elvis.
My wife had tickets to his show 2 days before. That was 2 days after he died. She actually had tickets to the show.
Wow.
And he died 2 days before that show. and she was so heartbroken. I think she saw Sinatra, which
Yeah.
I would have loved. I got
Yeah.
to see Tony Bennett like 5 times.
Yeah,
and
I've seen
so
Tony
glad.
Bennett up close, and I saw Frank at Radio City. It was pretty
I'd love to have seen Frank.
thrilling.
Yeah, I never got to see any of those great icons other than
Yeah.
Tony Bennett, but
I mean, I would have loved to seen Vegas when it was Las
No
Vegas.
kidding.
Like when
have you been to the Golden Steer?
Yeah.
You know, I have
Yeah.
a table there.
Oh, you do?
I do. Right there alongside Frank,
Oh.
Sammy, and Dean.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
Elvis. I've
Yeah.
got the Terry Fator table.
Yo, so if I go in
You
now,
gotta go say,
gotta
I wanna
see-
sit at the
I
Terry
wanna
Fator
see- I'll
table.
see the Terry Fator's table.
That's right.
Oh, that would be a blast.
Maybe
well,
bring some pizza in there for me.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for doing this,
Thank
my
you
friend.
so much. This is so
It
much
was
fun.
it was a lot of fun.
And I love the pizza. I'm not kidding.
No,
I really do.
I can tell.
Angie and I are gonna.
Who do they say you look like?
Um,
Nathan Lane?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I love Nathan Lane. I can look like anybody, right?
Yeah, you could.
I'm an impersonator.
You could. Well, you're more than an impersonator, but but you are an impersonator as well as ventriloquist.
Thank you.
Entertainer,
Yeah, I'm an all-around entertainer.
world entertainer.